Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. I am going to tell you today how to create resources and assign the budgeted unit to the activities by using export and import option. So here I have got a sample project. On this project we are going to assign resources and units. So first of all we'll go to resources. These are my existing resources, so we will add here new resource by clicking this button. So we'll make a ID, so we can say SMP-1, resource name sample resource, finish. Now you will notice that the resource we just added, it is under the existing project name, so we need to take it out. We'll click the button, move left. So now it has outside the project. So that is basically our project resource, and we are going to add the other resources by clicking add button. We will say simply SMP-L for labor, and we can say here sample-L, finish. We will add another one by clicking the button add. We'll change the resource ID SMP-C for cost, and resource name sample-C, finish. Now we have got two resources created. So sample C, as we know, that is the cost resource, so we need to change the resource type from labor to non-labor. And then we need to look at the calendar and assign the calendar based on your project requirement. So you have a unique calendar for your project, so the resource calendar should be the same, or it depends if there is a specific resource which has different type of different work hours, so you need to assign the calendar accordingly. Now in the resource, if you see here, we have got the details. Under the detail it is showing non-labor, and it is showing calculate cost from unit. We always should check in here. Then we will go to the important part here, unit and prices. Most of the people, they import or they enter the budgets manually or by import, whatever, and they found that the cost, the budgeted total cost, is not coming in their respective field or column, and the reason is because the standard rate is 0. So whenever you assign the units, budgeted units, it doesn't convert to the cost. Why? Because as I told you, there is an option here, calculate cost from units. So if there is no rate, how come it can calculate? So we should always put here minimum 1 or depend on your different rates. We'll go to the activities, and if you see here, there is no resource. So on only single activity, we need to assign our resources, which is cost, by double clicking this one, or you can just click here and click the button assign from here. So if you see, that is already showing some numbers. So we will let the numbers as it is. We are going to file and export the file. Click spreadsheet, next, click activities and resources. Actually we are only going to work on the resource assignment, but it's good to keep the activities as a reference. In, for example, if you have hundreds or thousands of activities you are going to import and you miss something or you want to cross reference with the activity name, it's always easy to look at the Excel file by filtering or whatever. So I always prefer to have my activities check in whenever I import, whenever I export resource assignment, activity relationship, whatsoever. So I'm going to click next for further. Then check in export. We are going to export. That is showing our project name, which is that one. Click next. I have got some templates already here. If you want, you can add. Otherwise, I am going to use sample R1. So I will click modify to see if everything is okay. Here I have got activity ID under the activities and then activity name. So if you want, you can keep it as the dates, you can keep it percent completes or whatever the field required depending on your situation. Then from subject area, because we have checked in activities and resource assignment, so here we need to select resource assignment to see the fields what we are going to take it and what is required. So as you see, activity ID, activity status, resource ID, role ID, cost account ID, these are these are the columns by default already, you cannot change, and the resource type. Now what we have taken here additional is under the unit, we have taken budgeted units. That is the only important and the only field which we assign the units. So normally I have come across different planner that they use budgeted total cost or budgeted at completion. It is a wrong way. So you have to always keep budgeted unit. Click OK, click next. Then you have to select the folder where you are keeping the file, and it is always a good exercise that you make the whenever you export or import. So when you export, the file name should be very specific and it will give you indication exactly what is your original file. Otherwise, if you import the file which is not relevant to the program or the project, it might lose many things inside the program and you might not be aware of. So it's better always to make it unique. So I am going to put here to import resource assignment. Okay, click next and finish. It is successfully exported. We'll close this. We'll go to our folder and we will open up the file. So that is our exported file. This task is our activities, and this sheet task RSRC, it is the resource assignment. We'll extend the columns little bit, and if you see here, there is only one activity, A1000, which is having two different resources because we have assigned two resources, and that is the only resource we are going to assign to all the activities. We will move to another sheet which I already prepared. So that sheet I have just copied from here and pasted there before I started assigning my budgeted units. So if you see here, you have budgeted labor units and budgeted non-labor units. So the easiest way, you just copy just copy from the first WBS and paste it there, and you will just cut the budgeted non-labor unit and paste here, and paste it in the same ID. So now we know that actually these all are my budgeted labor unit and these are my budgeted non-labor units. Now I will apply again the filter to make sure that when I filter it out, all the activity should be considered. So simply I will take out blank, I will copy, paste here, I will copy the units and paste here. Now you see these all are our budgeted labor units. We can cross check. See, that is the last activity A1070. So A1070. So we need to assign now resource ID. That is the only important thing here, that if you miss or if you mess the resource ID and you don't assign correctly, your result will not be correct. So we have got total 8 activities and we have assigned the resource ID. Now we are going to assign the resource ID for budgeted non-labor units. And we just simply copy and paste. If you see from here, that's my budgeted non-labor unit, which is actually my selling price or cost. Now the important thing here, if you see the gap before the activity start, that is because whenever you copy the activities with WBS from the program, that is the format you get it into the Excel sheet. But if we import as it is, it will not work. So the easiest way here is to select all the activities, press Ctrl F. So under the find, you just click one space, click replace, and there should not be space. So if you see here, that is one space and here there is no space. Just replace all. So it will remove all the unnecessary spaces. Now I have explained about the asterisk under two brackets in my previous video also, that is dynamic column, and it doesn't make any difference even if you keep it blank. So normally I don't waste my time for doing this dragging down or copying and pasting. So I just leave it as it is because it doesn't work. It is the same thing. So if you keep it blank, it doesn't work. So actually our file is ready. The only thing is we need to remove these two activities. Why? Because A1000 we have each activity having two resources. So that is the first one and that is the second one. That is budgeted labor unit and that is budgeted non-labor unit, which is having our correct unit. So we will simply just remove these columns, save it, close it, and we are going to import. File, import, select the spreadsheet. Next, select the file which we are going to import. Here we go, double click. Next, click resource assignment. As I explained to you earlier, I am not going to update anything in the activity. So I will leave this blank as it is. I will not check in. Click next. Now if you see, that is our file which we are going to import. That is the import action. Import action here is update existing project. Yes, I am going to update my existing activities with resource and budgeted units. Import to, where I am going to import. Normally, when you open the program, you might have 2 or 3 open program in parallel. So, but here I have opened only one program, and that is the correct way of working. So there is only one project showing, which is my sample project dash resource. So I will select, click next, finish. Close. If you see the result, it is successfully imported and correctly. So these all our budgeted non-labor units. Sorry, these are our budgeted labor unit and these are our budgeted non-labor unit. So if you remember, I have explained about calculate cost from unit. That is why we have loaded the budgeted unit, but it is converted here as a budgeted total cost or budget at completion, and these are exactly same number. So that was our training session for today. I hope you enjoyed, and not only enjoyed but learned something from the video. And please subscribe my channel to get notified for upcoming videos, and please give me your feedback, and I hope you have a good time during this pandemic. Please stay home and stay safe. Take care. Bye.